I'm Ibukunoluwa Akinrinde. I'm a private sector specialist with the World Bank, basically an economist working on private sector development. Um, and my core practice is within the finance competitiveness and innovation global practice of the bank, covering West Africa and Central Africa. Aside from this, I am a PhD candidate with Northwest University, South Africa, where I work on trade digitalization with a lens into driving trade competitiveness, the trade competitiveness of Africa. Principally, right from undergrad, I've been keen about structural development of economies, particularly structural transformation. And structural transformation, when you are looking at the structure of an economy, you look at agri sector, services sector, industry sector, and sometimes industry is split into industry itself and manufacturing sector. So when I appreciate those, I want to go beyond the theory to the nuances of the project side of making this sector work, these sectors work. This also drew my interest to industrial economics, which I did in my third and fourth year, just because I also feel something within drives me as a to pursue industrial transformation for my country. I mean, that was when I was much younger, and I think that passion somehow paved my career journey. So I started out with Pricewaterhouse when I finished school, and I was in the knowledge zone team where we do economic research with heavy focus on industrial sectors. Then I moved to Nigerian Economic Summit Group. Before then, even the National Competitiveness Council of Nigeria, where we worked on subnational competitiveness. So I saw on the side of the state actors being competitive and economically ready to drive industrial development. I was looking at the core sector side in Pricewaterhouse and all those evolution, moving to energy, getting closer to the key stakeholders on the private sector side and the government side, sitting in the closed chambers with them. I kept appreciating the possibilities of promoting industrial transformation more deeply. Then I'm in the World Bank, and it's a bank for reconstruction and development. So we really think about industrial development issues. So I looked at, I have been seeing the Brickstone program for so long. I wanted to attempt it while I was in South Africa, but my thesis was overwhelming, so I couldn't meet up with the yearly stuff that time, about 2 years ago. So I felt I was still going to be interested now. I reattempted it, and I just felt I need this knowledge, the project side to the issue we look at. I know the bank itself is a knowledge repository for these kind of things, and I'm privileged to already be inside the system, but I wanted to harvest a pre-made set of knowledge before I launch into the pool of possibilities within the bank system. I mean, what the group offers me, your institution, is some guidance on what I should now look out for within the system's pool of knowledge. So I really thought that would make sense, still going that route before I pursue more aggressively my priorities. Thank you. Okay. I think one of the things I have always, in fact, let me tell you, to be honest, I had known Femi Awolowo. He doesn't know me, but I've known him for so long, right? Um, um, he was one of the thematic leads in NESG. I just see him from a distance. I don't interact with him, and then I was appointed to sit on the National Development Planning Committee for Nigeria that developed Nigeria Agenda 2025 and 2050. And I also saw he was invited to sit on that, but on the side that has to do with infrastructure. So I just kept a radar on him. I appreciate what he does. I have always interacted with ICRC. I do some work with them. But I've always wanted a preset knowledge set, which I had never really got from my interactions with ICRC. Maybe not because they don't want to, but I have gone for some trainings with them, but I just felt I needed more. Imagine the finance modeling and all of those practicalities. You would do many trainings and then you really don't even know the nuances of it, putting together a project finance model, right? So that's knowing him and seeing that he's floating something was part of the bit that just said, this guy, I've seen him feature a few times in places I have appeared, I've been opportune to sit in. It looks like someone that is very passionate about this course and it's being recognized. So I want to give it some more attention, particularly what he does, because I was trying to exploit outside what he does. But he as a person attracted me to giving DFIP more attention. To be candidate is great, and I like the level of order that was put to the curriculum. I also like the diversity of talents that came from law firm, from different places. I think that's one of the side attractions that made me realize this is thorough. And I also think that I've gone to decide to archive all the pre-recordings, the recordings and all of those. I feel the team was intentional to give an order to the knowledge in a way that we can live with it, right? We can move with it and we can regurgitate on it. That for me is the value, because really, I don't join trainings for the certificate. Honestly, I don't think I'm desperate about certificates, but I'm keen about the knowledge. I don't want it to be a one-off. I want to live with it and be able to reflect on it. Sometimes my learning starts proper after the training. So if the training was not packaged in a way that I can sit back and do more work on that thing for myself, I feel the purpose is defeated. So I wasn't sure about how that will happen, but when the first weeks when the intro was going to come up, I saw that such arrangements were in place, so it made sense to me. I know there are still rooms for improvement. I've made some proposals. I don't know, I have not chosen to speak with Mr. Femi himself for purposes that, since he has staffs, I can just relay that to them, who perhaps will convey that to him. But it's still fair, honestly speaking, the fact that the body of knowledge is preserved in a way that the training is not a one-off. We can just go with it and regurgitate on it. Yeah, I was happy to realize that DFIP actually Brickstone has a framework for bankability. I felt that was a good pitch for Brickstone. And when we were doing the demos, everyone was referring to it. It's a way to institutionally sort of immortalize yourself. Who knows? There was a time BCG came up with the bulls and the there's this framework for competitive strategy and all of those. So I mean, in the course of time, it can be very much more institutionalized and recognized, right? But it made sense that they put some institutional thinking to what they put to us, not generic knowledge, the personified knowledge, to show that they also have some authority in the space. And that made sense to me, and I appreciated that. Yeah, bankability. I also understood that a project must be bankable for it to attract investment, right? And this is not a charity course. So it made sense looking at projects from a bankability lens for you to proceed with it. And that for me was a good approach to helping us appreciate viable projects. Some projects are feasible but not viable. Feasible means it's doable if we are talking about if it was a charity course and maybe complicated loan syndications and all of those are not really there. But I think feasible is loan repayable and all of those. Look at the IRR and all of those elements that makes for a judgment call. So I also appreciated the component of stress testing to see. I have always had stress testing. I've done a bit of it. When we are looking at valuation, because at some point I was interested in moving into investment banking, but Providence had it that I kept finding myself in the development sector. So, but now I appreciated it more. If I really felt the tangibility of that experience and how it helps negotiation processes. I see the buy side and the sell side of the negotiation would always have to stress test to make cases for themselves, and it takes someone who knows how to handle that to make good negotiations at the negotiation floor. So it was a high opener to me. I've even done so. I've recommended. I've done that. I did that to a friend of mine in the US. That I want to take advantage of this. I'm even ready to support people financially to get on the opportunity. If in the future I am going to be curating a company of stuff, those are still not yet my immediate priorities, and DFIP will be a go-to place. I've told them, and I've said it to Jen George, that there needs to be a bank of knowledge. All this quad splitting now. I only was in the energy sector, but in my quad we did 4 sectors. Like, I don't like the siloed approach. I mean, after I've said all the nice things, yes, the silo approach is for division of labor, but there should be a convergence. Everybody, all your spreadsheet, every bit of deliverable across the 4 quads should be harmonized. Then I now feel like I have all the knowledge of the 4 quads because we are one class, and I'm not just living with what I just did. I'm living with what the entire class did. And even if the DFIP leadership is gracious enough, lead it, pass it on to the general sets of programs. I know this was like set 8, such that we have a bank of knowledge. We see what has been going on. It makes you rich. It makes you proud that you're in a community of knowledge that you can fall back. I mean, my learning experience will be richer if that happens. And I think that's the value DFIP can give. We are not asking for your trade secrets, just what students did out of this program. It's not a body. It will help everybody. Everybody knows I did something, but I have a vaster set of knowledge that others did that were with me. And this is our benefit for being, for subscribing to this. That's just my thoughts about that.